Welcome to the Hansen Brothers podcast. I'm Timmy and joined by my brother Kevin. We are teammates and world champions in rallycross. This podcast is our space to catch up while traveling the motorsport world. We have just returned from Doha, both me and Kevin. It was the second race of the E1 World Championship there, and finally for the first time Kevin joined. It was really cool to have you over. The race, we'll get into all the details, but the race started off really good, I would say. Like we qualified second, we won our group stage.
Whoa. The engine fell off.
Okay.
Before that. So it didn't quite start so good, did it?
No, that's true.
Let's rewind a little bit here. The complete rear end, like you went in, you saw Maury drove the first day, and on this shakedown, you didn't get any practice then. And then you jumped in, was going to be like, okay. And you basically, the start was around this main circular island. And then you went out into like a big open space where the track was. So you started on that straight and was going around. And I was standing like at the end of this round island waiting. I was like, Timmy should be in the first group. And then two boats arrived. And I was like, maybe they're fixing something with the boat, being a bit late. And I stood there for like 2 hours. And then finally I went back to the garage. And you can tell everyone what happened.
Yeah, it was actually insane. So I went off the start in the first straight, and then as I turned into the first corner, so the motor, on a boat is in the back, in the top, and then the midsection of cracked. So basically that meant the whole propeller fell off, and also we have a big, massive rear foil to control the boat. Everything back there cracked, fell off, and that makes it, then you can't turn because you turn with that and everything. So
and
as
you were going
full
speed.
Yeah, full speed. Just turned into the first corner, and then just the boat like shot off in some random direction, hit the smart mark on the inside, which was actually lucky because if I wouldn't have hit that, I would have probably hit land pretty hard. So then I got stranded there, drifted in. It's like, damn it,
Yeah, and then you have to get up, get the boat, lifted out of the water. It all takes quite a long time, that process. So obviously we missed practice. You had to go and get a little short run again after. Yeah, she missed the practice. She got a little run later on.
Yeah, so I finally got to do a full session because Maury drove the first day, but she missed her free practice on quali day. And we had to jump into qualifying kind of uncertain. I wasn't very happy with my free practice run, but apparently it was pretty fast. But like I think I was third, but I didn't have the best of feelings.
It was fast when you started doing like I told you to.
Yeah, you just said like don't fall off the foil, and I was like okay, and then I went out to do my quali run, and I just didn't fall off the foil. Basically, it was a mega lap, to be honest. Like it's so hard to keep the boat flying on that precise little window where it just keeps flying.
Super narrow.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But it looks so satisfying from the outside, and it feels so satisfying. And I did the whole my first quali lap there. I just crossed the line, like I couldn't believe, like it was so good. So it was fastest up until that point. I was the 8th post to go, and unfortunately then immediately after Chris Lazaraga, she went out and beat my time. But eventually I ended up with the second fastest lap time, and our team, because you combine the scores, we ended up second fastest overall as well.
That Chris, she's unbelievable. She's so quick.
Yeah, and Maury did it really well too. It was her first lap of the day. You get no warm-up, nothing.
Now you can start off where you began the episode to say, hey, you started pretty well.
Yeah, so it started pretty well. Carrying on then. Started pretty well. Then there is a qualifying race, which is basically like the end of the qualifying race is your qualifying position. Maury drove that race. Did a great race. There was some incident there on the water. She got a penalty, but only dropped to third. But eventually they reviewed it again, and the other boat also got a penalty, so it put us back into second place. So second in quali overall behind Rafa, the Rafa team, Chris Lazaraga and Tom Schaap.
Super quick guys.
So they ended up winning the race. Honestly, they were super fast all weekend. But second in quali. Then we went to bed like super hyped. Like we're in this race to win it. Like we're right up there. race day comes and we only start driving around lunchtime, like 1 o'clock.
Which
So
is
you have-
quite nice because we could finally sleep in a little bit and not
Yeah.
stress in the morning. And like, calm evening, sleep long time, woke up at like 8:30, breakfast, nice and easy. That's how race day should be.
Yeah. So like, yeah, you chill out in the morning, and then of course there are meetings also. E1 is full of meetings. There was an extra drivers meeting.
Which was carnage.
Yeah.
I wanted to have the podcast mic in there and just record everything because literally everybody just shouts and are upset about why is it the first boy that is the start of the racing rule, why not the fourth, and then all the arguments left, right, and center. If you think like a rallycross briefing can be messy or so with opinions about racing, it's nothing. E1 beats everything, every other I've seen, and then you still said it was quite calm.
Yeah, I told you, like, so they opened this meeting in the morning of race day, and it's like, okay, we're gonna discuss this. Then some questions start to come, and you were joining. I just told you, like, Kevin, it's starting now. Pay attention. Carnage is starting.
People were like speaking like no, if you said that and you could be quiet now. I was like, whoa, it's like personal attacks here. But everybody doesn't really. Also, everybody's kind of brush it off and move on after.
Yeah, no, it's like nothing personal in there. And I think it's because E1 is such a blank slate. Like the sport isn't built on anything. It's the first ever foiling powerboat, and it's electric. So and also the race format and everything is completely new. The way we start the races and so on. So like there is nothing that they can build it from, and we have to make up the rules and everything as we go. And obviously, then some things like make sense, some things don't make sense, and we have to try and improve the sport altogether. But that's where these arguments come in, that no, this is not the way, and every team has their own opinion, and then you start arguing. But it's a lot of fun, actually.
But moving on to after lunch race time, it was then it's the group races, and
which
started.
is like semifinals, if you say.
Yeah, semifinals, yeah.
And then I had pole position.
Run.
Yeah, pole position, got the start, had 6 great laps, led from start to finish, finished with a massive margin. I think I was leading by like 20 seconds at one point.
Yeah. I think you won by like almost 15 seconds in the end.
Yeah, because there was like someone had taken the joker. Obviously, caught me a little bit when I jokered at the end, but anyway, like great race. Felt super good.
I was spottering then.
Yeah, that was cool. Co-spottering with Stefan, but it was an easy spotter job that time.
It's not much to do. Yeah, it's like Kay's leading, and let's shortcut now directly and get a bigger gap, and then let's like take the long lap in the end. It's like
pretty basic,
quite straightforward.
Yeah, it was nice. And then like we kept on super high spirits, but then of course, as you can tell, because we're saying but and it started well and so on, now comes the bad part. Now it's like there was a moment where it started to go down and it just went worse.
It's really awful for anyone, because if there is a moment you're not keeping, it's like Titans all over again. If you fall off the top step, you're just free fall. It's like terrible. So Marit she had a
she didn't have the best of start. No.
Yeah, she had a bad start. She was still on pole, but then she kind of got obviously behind, and then off when you get to the first boy. No, she got cut off
in the first corner, which is illegal in boats. So in boats you have to, like, if you start fourth on the first apex, you have to leave space for 3 boats on your inside. Even if you have the best to start, even if they're miles behind, you still have to leave that space. But one boat got penalized for turning in too early, which kind of ruined Marit's race a little bit. So she was like then in the back with dirty water, really struggled to close in. At least managed to get the 4th place instead of 5th, which would have kind of eliminated us immediately there. She did go to hold on to it.
And people might think like, why can't you just, if you're so quick, why can't you just overtake and stuff? There is so much this dirty water, which is basically the same like if you're driving an F1 car and everybody speaks about you can't be so close because there's so much dirty air, which is like turbulent air. And in the boats, you want really clean water to be able to foil them. But if you hit some dirty water, you can't foil anymore. And you hit waves and you go up and down and you lose so much speed. Because obviously when you're foiling, you're super quick. And when you're not, it's really slow. So being in that dirty water like always makes you fall down and drop. So it's like if you're behind someone, you can't really pass. So it's impossible unless you do a shortcut and then do a good lap, or a long lap and do a good lap. It's like using the Joker strategy. So even if you're quick, you can be unlucky with strategy and not have enough time to gain that difference to make up places. So hence why she couldn't make up any more spots, and we finished fourth.
Yeah, that was a really good explanation, by the way, of why it's so hard to follow in E1. But yeah, then getting fourth there meant we got put in the race off, which is like last chance qualifier, if you say. It's after the semis, where the winners of the semis, or the group stages, goes directly to the final. Then if you're last in those semifinals, you're out immediately. And finally, the middle positions got to the race-off to decide the last finalists. And I started fifth, so on the very outside. Again, didn't have like the best of starts. I think maybe our strategy, usually we are the best in starts. Like usually we just like power away up front, but not this time. It was kind of different. So yeah, I didn't have a great start, and tried to go around the outside of everybody, even from behind. Like, I stayed in that with 4 boats inside and found clean water, and I stayed foiling for most of the corner, catching up. But at one point, slightly overdid it and fell off the foil. So I was side by side, fell off the foil, dropped back to being just behind Lucas in Westbrook, and the Blue Rising boat on my right-hand side. And then I just get this spray from the boat ahead, and I can't see. My big mistake there was that I was expecting my instinct is saying like this will behave like dirt or dust, whereas, dust, like it gets a puff of dust, but then they have watered the track in front. So, you will see again, like just carry on, you will see, just have to be brave until you see. So I kept my foot planted, kept going straight and waiting to see. But stupidly, of course, that doesn't happen. It's the spray from the boat in front, and there will always be water and spray. So of course, this doesn't clear, which is makes so much sense now. But my instinct in the moment was just waiting for like the dust to settle and me to see the apex. But I never did. I never saw the apex. I kept staying in the water, and I saw absolutely nothing for probably 5 seconds, and finally saw a splash of red, realizing that this is either the red Westbrook boat ahead of us or it's the marker. And then I turned left, and I directly hit the smart mark on the apex.
Yeah, and that then got stuck into the opening between the boat and the foil, that gap, and it was really stuck in there. It damaged the foil as well, so you couldn't restart because they couldn't get it out. So you were put in the place race.
Yeah,
at least where they used the race to define the order, the people that weren't in the final. But the foil was damaged. There was a crack, and it's so much drag in water. So if there's a small damage or an edge on the foil, you get so much more resistance, and that pushes you back. So when Marit then raced the final, she did really good in the start and everything, but she had no speed. She lost like 10 seconds every lap. She just couldn't keep it on the foil because it was damage to it and there was more resistance. So, it felt like 2 minutes ago we said, we were winning the first race, and then it all went to shambles. It's really, really, I think for the next race, I would have done a few things different, strategy-wise and so, which I think it could be something for the future we need to do, because I didn't really understand. Something changed from last year to this year with there's not the combined points anymore of the group races, and at the final you win if you win in the last one. Like all of these changes from last year that I had no clue about also. And I think there could be like several different things of strategy that we could have done better on and off track, and so things like that. I mean, I need to go to every race now.
It was so cool to have you there, because you don't know the sport too well, but like racing in general. And of course we're brothers, so we know how we usually work and everything. It was great to have you there. But I wanted to ask you also, because E1 is not just racing that makes E1 special. It's the whole event as like a bigger picture. And you got the Ocean Club Pass, which is like the VIP area. and you got to see this whole spectacle for the first time. Like, what did you think of everything apart from the racing?
I think E1 is going to be really big. It feels like it's accessible to people. It was free to enter, and people were standing around and watching all weekend. It was a great vibe in the fan zone. It's just also they use a yacht club for all the VIPs, so it's really, really nice and fresh, and it just makes a lot of sense. The structure and the format they have decided to go for. I think sporting wise, the format is a little bit complex, but it's really cool that you race so many boats together. It could have easily been a head-to-head boat thing, and it would have been really boring. The Ocean Club, really great vibe. You see the stars. You had all the live TV and commentary. I think, again, like when they have these big names, it does really work because people recognize, at least some people, like you had a lot of Brazil fans because they probably like it from the World Cup of football. They were like, yeah, go Team Brazil. And then there are some people that just love Will Smith, and then they support that team. And I think it's very easy for people to understand. They do need to make the boats quicker because they are really slow.
Yeah, but I think there are some limits to how fast you can go with foils. But we do go, as soon as we press the boost button, we do go a lot faster. So it will be interesting to see.
It needs to be a constant boost with a bit more boost.
Yeah, like it would be interesting to see if they just gave us way more power. What would happen? Like, would we break what people thought was possible?
How quick can you go on foils in the water? Because I'm like, let's see. How quick can you go on foils in the water?
No, that's not gonna go well. Is that ChatGPT?
Yeah. How quick can you go on foils in the water?
Ask ChatGPT what propeller we should have used.
Yeah. That's a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, there were loads of teams talking about being on the wrong propeller on the first day.
Because you had like a new option, didn't you, or something, and everybody started to try certain things.
We have 4 options now.
Wing foiling, kite foiling, no. Wake
no,
foiling.
I told you this wouldn't go well.
Are you trying to a specific type of foiling? Yes. Power boats. No, not boards. Boats. Shit. Anyway, I'm going to update everyone in the next episode. I will do some digging. I think you can go 150 kilometers an hour. Surely.
That would be cool. That would be
It would be
cool.
much better. No, I like the one. I would like to. I can't drive. I would like to drive, but I can't. I was too afraid of the water. The first thing I saw when we were watching testing, I was like, someone had a moment and a big like drop and splash, and I was like, no way, baby.
It was a bit sketchy when Marit went out when our foil was broken, and it has a big crack on it quite high up. So the people telling me were like, no, it's safer not to race. And I was like, it's fine. They were like, yeah, but don't push it. So then, okay, I heard that. But then it was quite far between the crane and the paddock area. Yeah. And then I met Marit just before So the mechanics, by the way, did fantastic twice to fix the outboard early on in the race so that we could get out into free practice. And again now, repairing as good as they could within the 10 minutes available, the foil, to get out into the last race, because we were like, let's just get out on the water and pick up any points if it's possible. And I told Marit, like, yeah, there is a big crack and so on, and could be dangerous, but if I were you, I would go flat out. And she's like, yeah, I would go flat out. You can't tell a racer to be safe, can you?
No, and she's a high risk taker.
Yeah, but imagine if the main foil would have snapped off, then I think she would have flipped. Then she would have been upside down.
And everybody was like, oh, and we don't know what's going to happen if the boat's upside down because they never tested it.
No.
So it might sink again. Another point where I'm not going to be like, okay, I'll race.
That I actually never heard that. But like they never flipped the E1 boat, so they're not sure it floats if it's upside down. So what will happen? Like, my God. Let's not try
and
it.
And how quick does it sink? Is it again?
It's like
why?
Titanic.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But that's sketchy. I would like to race because I think I would like the challenge, and I think I'll be pretty good. But it's like I can't. It's not for me. I'm happy in that Ocean Club.
But I hope you will follow to more races in the future, because like overall it was great to have you there, and you had a couple meetings and stuff also in the Ocean Club. But I like it to be more involved in the racing.
Some great other things cooking, so that's fun. But I would like to go to all of them and do some. I think I can contribute well to the team. I think there's a few things that we can do better.
Let's work on it. Let's make a game plan. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hansen Brothers secret project. Luckily, no one listens to this, so this will stay between us.
Oh, here's the podcast brother. That was how people knew me out there. Well, I do also race, you know.
I think we have a lot of listeners from the E1 world. They've been telling me they tuned into the E1 kind of episodes. And
yeah. Hello, everyone.
And we haven't done any rallycross in a long time. So
we'll know really a lot more on that soon.
Yeah, we will. We will have some updates for you in the coming episodes and so on.
Yeah, I think hopefully even the coming episode we can know something. You never know. Have you just said it for fucking months? Oh, now we get 10,000 euro fine.
No, you said that.
Yeah.
A swear word.
Shoot.
Oh my God. Did you see the WRC drivers go make that public letter?
Yeah. I was I might join the word or whatever it's called, because I'm also a rally off-road driver.
They just want to be badass and swear. Let them swear.
Yeah, but honestly, it's ridiculous that we can't swear. We already discussed this on the last episode. I think, it's ridiculous.
Such a dramatic topic. It's so fun. And it's it doesn't mean anything. I think that's why I'm enjoying this swearing issue, because it has nothing to do with anything important, but let's all get very involved in it.
Yeah, but it's we can't say, it's like you are silencing people to not express them in the way they want. That's not how the world works.
It is, though, in some countries.
Yeah, but...
we're in the... this is not a politics podcast.
I'm just saying, everybody should be able to speak like they want, like we have been raised in Sweden.
Politics with the Hansen brothers. Let's go.
No, I was on the politics new podcast. But yeah, E1 done, sorted. Next, what is happening next? I'm going to Gothenburg next weekend for a Rebel event. And then I have a half marathon end of March. Might go to Dubai, see some family there. Need to keep my gold status on British Airways. So.
Yeah, let's talk about these things in the coming episode. We release one every Thursday.
Yeah, but now I think it's getting a few guests on board now coming times.
Absolutely, it's guest time. It's
guest time.
Please send us messages if you want anyone in particular to join the podcast.
They want admin.
Admin to be guest.
There is a lot of quietness in motorsport, so we'll get a few great ones on board, and I'm excited about that. Last one with Andrew was great, and the next one's just gonna get better and better. So look forward to that. And thanks for having me on the E1 race. It was fun.
Thanks for coming.
I would have won, but
you would have if you could only.
If I could only be on the water.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it was fun.
Oh, one last thing that was fun. Will Smith was there, and that guy, Mr. Thank You from Instagram, who gives away.
Heard him before.
He gives away $10,000 if you follow him.
Yeah, he gave it to Will Smith, like he needs it.
When I saw he was there, I recognized him from just the feed, and I was like, then I gotta follow now.
Did you get any money?
No, nobody got money. Oh. Yeah, actually, Will Smith got 10,000. The one person who don't need 10,000.
Why does he get that?
And he danced on our boat. He made on the Brazil boat. He made a whole dance with some Brazil music.
Mr. Thank You, not
Mr. Thank You. Just leave a little 10K as a tip
behind in the race seat.
Yeah, wouldn't be that hard.
No, it doesn't make a difference for the rich racing driver Timmy Hansen.
No, I'm well off, definitely.
Yeah, 10,000 is a fart in space for you.
No, all right. Let's catch you next week. Thanks for listening, guys.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.